myself. I need some. I need some support. So I got a phone call from a near and dear friend of mine, Kenneth Nelson. Hey man, let me get the game to you. Gave the game to him. There it is. All right. Same. All right. So now I got that thing up and going, and it kind of just took off. Okay. Same thing during the pandemic. I'm sitting around. I'm firing up some cigars, and my wife is like, "Look, every time you need to go get cigars, you gone for about 2 hours. You need to just open a cigar store." When she said it, boom, I got it. Now, again, it was already on my mind to do because again, I come from a nightclub background, but a nightclub is something I just never did want to get back into. I'm a sit down chill guy now, and that's what we do at the cigar line. We stand and we just chill. Now, I was teaching right across the street over there at Germantown High School, and I was, the only one on staff, so I really just wasn't vibing with those guys. So every opportunity I got to get away from them, I would come over here to this little gas station, and I would see this little vacant little spot in the station. And I was like, all right, I want that spot right there. So again, it wasn't a overnight thing. It kind of happened in steps. So left there one night after the game, came over, had a conversation with the guy. The guy was like, okay, let me put it on paper. I already had the business plan laid it out on paper. And once they gave me the go ahead, it was a wrap. All right. So again, all that was mapped out, laid out during the pandemic. And once we mapped it out, laid it out, it was time to roll. A lot of people, I was having a conversation with some guys, and a lot of people they hated this situation. They hated. I was like, yeah, at the end of the day, man, life's gonna happen. You can't control that. You can control how you respond to that. And I was like, look, God basically put us at a standstill. It made us self-preserve, self-protect, and redirect. I said, so if them the 8 to 9 months that we were sitting down, if 8 to 9 months later you still in the same situation you was in before you went in, that's on you. But me and my boys had a plan. We was like, we ain't finna waste a good pandemic. I'm waiting on the next one. Come on.
hey, that's a good one. Not finna waste a good pandemic. So, man, it sounds like you took a seemingly bad situation with the economy, and you capitalized off of it. You seen an opportunity to tap into a market. You seen an opportunity to kind of tap into a product, and you just kind of went for it. Just hey, 10 toes in. You just went all in there and just dove up in there. But one thing I heard you say, Coach Bill, that what I want you to chime on as well is you being black and you knowing that not many of us are doing this. But you said one profound thing, which leads me to know that you were mentally focused and mentally prepared. You said vision board. Talk about the self motivation, and talk about making yourself a better you to be disciplined to be able to pull those businesses off.
Well, without self-discipline, success is impossible. You can't have it. All right. Without a plan, success is impossible. Don't nothing happen by luck. Yeah, you can luckily be in the same situation and kind of capitalize off that. But again, you got to be prepared for that situation. You have to write down your life. You got to write down what you finna do this year, next year, this week, so forth, so on. And that's the vision. But without a vision, what they say, without a vision, the child will perish. You got to have a vision. So again, and you got to be able to see that vision. My vision board is right there beside my board. It's the first thing I roll over and look at when I get up in the morning. And it's some visions on there, and be careful who you show your vision to, because again, a lot of people ain't gonna see it. They laugh at it. My wife, she tell you quick, man, you crazy. Yeah, baby, look at the bank account. I'm crazy. And it is. It is.
And she believing in the vision board today, huh?
She didn't believe in it from the start. She see it now.
That's right.
But again, you have to protect that even from the ones closest to you, because again, no one, when you lock in on something, you gotta stay away from anything that can sway you from that. But again, you have to write it down, and it has to be detailed. I was talking to one of my kids, and I was like, we was talking about dreams, dreaming in color and dreaming in black and white. And I said, I dream in color. He was like, well, I dream in black and white. I said, no, my dreams are very, very, very detailed. And you have to be that detailed when you're writing down your plan, when you're writing down your vision. You got to be able to see it, you got to be able to write it, and you got to be able to work that plan, and you got to be patient enough to wait on it,
Wow.
because it ain't gonna happen overnight.
Wow, man, you exactly right, Bill. You saying a lot of stuff here tonight, and kind of speak to the person that may be on today, that's thinking, or may know somebody that's thinking about opening up their own business. Talk about getting over the fear threshold of man, what if this business don't work? What if I don't have enough clients? What if I don't have enough customers? And kind of talk about even inside of your own business, because I know Cuban Link Cigars, man. I know, it's about the cigar, but it's really about the relationships, and it's really about brothers coming together and just sitting around and just enjoying each other and talking business, talking history, talking Black empowerment, kind of, and how that has generated more business for you, not only in Cuban Link, but also with your 15 passenger van business.
Man, look, you can't be worried about not having enough or not having this and not having that. Because starting off, you're not going to have enough. It's going to be beans and winnings starting off. When I opened this thing up, I knew them first 90 days, the employees going to make more money than me. I just knew that. But I went into it with a plan. I knew that when I negotiated that overhead, I knew that overhead was to a point where that 9 to 5 could carry that overhead for a certain amount of time. I knew that. I didn't want to, rob Peter to pay Paul, let one business take it other, but I knew one business was doing so good it was going to take it other. Now, with the vans, I mean, think about it. I could have went off and bought a Benz, a BMW, this, or that, or this, that. But at the end of the month, once I pay that, no, that Benz, BMW, whatever, wasn't going to pay me nothing. I'm the type of dude, if I spend a coin on something, it's got to pay me back. And that comes back from the teaching that my granddad instilled for me. Drive them cars till the wheels fall off, but he'd go buy a brand new lawnmower. But that lawnmower was worth about $2,200 a week. He said, why would you go spend money on this and it's not gonna pay nothing? Spend your money on something that's gonna pay you. It is what it is. So again, if you're gonna worry, don't pray. If you're gonna pray, don't worry. So I instead of worrying, I'm gonna pray. I knew eventually it was gonna come. I knew eventually I was gonna be I'm in the right area where I got the only one, because I was driving 40 minutes that way to get a cigar. I wasn't the one doing it. So when I was getting ready to get these doors open, my phone started ringing because the word started getting around. And I was blessed to have some guys, and I'm gonna let you see those guys, a couple of them. These gentlemen right here. From day one, they have. I mean, a lot of these guys, a lot of people think we came up together. Now, my cousin Flay right here, he has a car dealership. My guy Terrell, he's getting ready to do a food truck and all that. Now, we came up out the dirt together, but the other guys up this way, I just made these guys stop open, and we've been thick as thieves ever since. They pretty much hold this thing down to the point where if you got in a situation where I couldn't be here or something like that, man, look, what's the code? I'll go open up for you. Because it's a situation where brothers can get together, socialize, fellowship, relax, chill, unwind. It is what it is. Just like last night, we were in here last night. Everybody had just got back from Mardi Gras, just got back from the wild strips and all that, and we were just sitting here, pretty much unwinding, degressing. It was what it was.
That's right.
But again, going back to the original point, no, you're not going to have enough starting off. You're not. You can't let that deter you. You just got to trust the plan, trust the process. You got to be able to work that thing for 100 days. And after 100 days, then you make an adjustment.
There
you
you
go from there.
There you go. Man, Bill, that's powerful, man. Another thing that you said, I kind of want you to hit on that, man, because everything you're saying is all about empowerment and awareness, man, and motivating our people that, hey, everybody got a skill, man. Everybody got a special gift to mankind, and by all means, go for it. You know, you can't lose. But one thing you said in that last piece was about, man, when y'all come together, man, kind of talk about when y'all come together and black men come together, how many ideas be jumping off the wall and how many enlightening points be jumping off the wall to the point where in your own self-development, you had to also kind of be careful of what type of circle that you had to protect
Man.
your vision, to protect your ideas.
Well, you have to surround yourself with like-minded people that want to see this thing, people that this is the type of guy I am. I want to see my friends win.
That's right.
I'm talking about, man, I want to see my friends win. That just is what it is. It just is what it is. So me being that type of person, I surround myself with people that want to see me win.
That's
because
right.
if I win, I'm sitting next to you, guess who else winning? You
That's
winning
right.
too.
That's right.
It just is what it is. So again, you just surround yourself with good, positive-minded people, naysayers, and people that are just subject to just do the wrong thing, say the wrong thing, be the wrong thing. You kind of distance yourself from them. And I ain't saying distance yourself from them to where you just talk down on, talk around them. You have to protect your space, protect your protect your mindset, your mindset with them. Now,
That's right.
the people that you do let in your circle, you got to be willing to let them critique you too now.
That's right.
The space that we got up right here, man, we hold each other accountable, man. I'm telling you now, because it at times it'll have the potential to go off the wall. But but you surround to people that'll be like, hey, cut that foolishness out, you know, and it is what it is, you know. But again, you just surround yourself with constructive people that surround yourself with winners and people that want to win.
That's right.
Surround yourself with people that, you know, like-minded, a brotherhood that you can critique and you can allow them to critique you. And pretty much at the end of the day, everybody's better.
That's
you know,
right.
that just is what it is.
That's right.
You know.
That's right. So
and
man,
some ideas shoot off the wall. My first night open, we should do and I know we're speaking on a heavenly platform, but the first night we should do good scotch, good conversation, good cigar.
Mm-hmm.
How that all came about, we was in here one Thursday night again. I just got this thing open. It was we had a couch and 2 chairs, and we were just sitting around. The guy came in, we was have a conversation. He was trying to do something. He called another guy that knew another guy. That guy came up, and they pretty much hammered out a real estate deal and some car deals right there.
Oh, wow.
And they basically was shooting to the emails right there. And the guy turned to me and said, "Look, you got a printer? We can print this out and get it going right now." I said, "Nope, I don't, but I have one the next time you come." And it just is what it is. I mean, yeah, everybody that come through the door that spend time in here, they got a vision board and they're going to do or want to do something. So they're going to eventually be sitting next to somebody that could help them with that, or know someone that can help them with that. And that just is what it is, man.
Wow. So, Bill, it sounds like with that, man, with the ideas of both your businesses.
You froze up, brother.
Can you hear me now? Testing 1 2.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me. Bill, you back? You still with me, Bill?
Still there, Nelson? You froze, bro.
Okay, am I back on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, Miss Stewart, you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, I can.
Okay, hey, Bill, come back to me as soon as you can, man. But ladies and gentlemen, that's one of my good friends, one of my good brothers. He was in my wedding when me and Miss Nelson got married. Just a true friend. He always supports everything that we do, and we support everything that he do. He's a very, very smart individual. I think he has a degree in biology, but he's a degree in biology, taught biology for years, but a very smart individual. But one thing I noticed about
Nelson, you still there, bro?
Yeah, I'm still here. He's a very. You still with me, Bill? Can you hear me? I think you breaking up a little bit, Bill. Everybody here on the Zoom can still hear me. But if you can hear me, Bill, I just want you to end off I want you to end off with this. Man, how does it feel? How does it feel to be a pillar, in your community? And you can just chime back in once you come back in with that. Being a pillar in your community and establishing a business in your community that benefits everyone. But anybody got any questions that they want to leave for Coach Bill and kind of have waiting for him before he comes, when he comes back on the call. So any questions for him? Anything that y'all want him to put emphasis on, just leave those questions in the chat until he can get back with us. But man, that was monumental. I'm proud of that young black brother, man. He's I think he's only about 40, 41, 42 years old. Got kids, but he's out here and he's establishing businesses and being a representative in the community, and using our greatness as far as our mindset and using it toward building businesses and creating businesses. And you can see the inside of his own business there at the shop there, that other business ideas have jumped off from the groups that's in there. So your circle is important, your coming together is important, and us being together as black brothers and sisters, it's a big plus. It's a big plus. So everybody give Coach Bill. I know he ain't over here, but give him a good big time virtual round of applause. Our first guest on tonight. All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, man, it's a special night tonight. We got only one game, but we got two guests tonight, and this is another monumental, another prestigious young man. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this young man. Me and this young man, we just got back acquainted maybe a year ago, talking about financial services, talking about the financial literacy and things of that sort. We just got back together. I remember this young man was one of my childhood friends back in the day, way back in the country of Bassfield, Mississippi, way down there in the Pine Belt. Man, a great friend of mine. Ever since I've known him, he's always been super, super philosophical. Like, even when he was young, 14, 15 years old, he always had something smart and philosophical to say. He was outside playing around in the yard and wrestling. He'll come up to, now y'all know y'all shouldn't be doing stuff like that. Fighting ain't good. So he's always been that force of reason when we was younger. And I thank God that me and his paths crossed back again. We done had so many conversations about our people and our mindset when it comes to being entrepreneurs and business minded. I'm going to bring to you all the founder and the owner of National Testing Services down in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. He's also a part of the Better Business Bureau of Mississippi. He's a part of that board. Great guy, full of knowledge. Hey, when he get through talking, we're gonna be lucky that we still sitting down. So I'm gonna bring to y'all, hey, Mr. Robert Thompson. Robert, how you doing today, man?
I'm great, sir. How about yourself?
Oh man, we're doing pretty good, man. We're doing pretty good. It's always a blessing, man, to see. I remember when I came down into your business, man. And, man, we born with childhood friends, and I came to the entrance like a kid. I'm thinking we finna play and shuck and jive, man. You came around that corner with that button-down shirt, nice neat tucked in, man, very professional. How you doing, Mr. Nelson, today, sir? It wasn't none of that kidding, hey, homeboy, none of that. It was very professional, and man, that stood out to me, man. So tell my church family, tell my people where you from, man, what you do, and what inspired you, man, to be an entrepreneur and own your own testing services site.
Okay. First of all, I want to say, man, I'm honored for the opportunity. I greatly appreciate it. This is the first time, being asked to tell my story, how we got started or what inspired me. I want to say congratulations to Mr. Beales, on his endeavors also. I think that's very creative to have a cigar lounge and a passenger van. And I want to congratulate you also, Mr. Nelson, on your endeavors. I'm from Bassfield, Mississippi. I was raised between Bassfield and Prentice. My mom is from Prentice. My mom is from Bassfield. My dad is from Prentice. So I was raised between Bassfield and Prentice. Worked offshore for 15 years. About 5 years ago, I came home and started this business that's called National Testing Services. How this business came about was when I was working offshore, there was an African American guy that would come on the boat and do our drug screens. And at that time, I had a friend of mine that referred me to read a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And it was like instantly, my mind just started to wander. I just started looking at everything as a business. I walked out on the deck and I just started looking at all the ships, all the boats, and I'm looking like, oh, this is somebody's business. They had barges tied to the land and they would call that a fleet. But some type of way they was making money off the barges being tied to the land that's on the water. Like, you could reserve space on the water. So after reading that book, all that just blew my mind. And I had some personal issues going on at home. So I needed to come home, but I didn't want to come home and work for somebody else, because recently, a couple years earlier, I had tried to come home before getting me a job, but I just couldn't keep up with the bills that I had and working for somebody else. So knowing I didn't want to come home and work for somebody else. So one day the guy came on the boat and he was doing drug screens, and I asked him like, how do you get started in the business? And he told me, he was like, I could train you. So I want to know who you work for. He said, I work for myself. And I thought that was that was very shocking to me, because in that industry, you don't see, African Americans, especially a male, in position like that. I'm thinking, he coming to the boat, he working for somebody else. So, that really shocked me for him to tell me, hey, he working for himself, and coming out in that industry. So once he told me that, I got his information, and I didn't make a move on it just instantly. I had his information, and he would come to the boat from time to time and do our drug screen. But my personal issue worsened. So I really had to make a move on, if I'm going to do this or not. So once I called him and I asked him, what it's going to take for me to get trained. He told me what it was going to take. And in the process of that, I had some friends that stayed in Houston. So I called him. I scheduled him a training and went to his facility. But when I went to his facility, that shocked me also, because his facility was in like this sky rise, like he wasn't just regular. He didn't have like a regular looking clinic. He had this building up in a sky rise where we had to get on the elevator and go up to his building, and we went up, had a nice office. His receptionist was very professional. He was very professional. And I did the training that weekend. I came back home. I still didn't make a move on it instantly. But what I did when I got home, my girlfriend, she started to get me my LLC. We set up the LLC. The guy that referred me the book, he helped me come up with the name, because I had a vision of being global, but I wanted it to be Global National Testing Services.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
But he was like, you could just name it Global or National. So I went with National. And we got the LLC certified, set up. And I started doing my research. I went to the SBA, Small Business Administration. And I'm gonna tell you, that's very important too, because they give you information that's free. That's taxpayers' money. So I went down there. I started learning the basic about business, about marketing, your LLC, setting up a business plan. So, all this was going on while I was still on the boat. So it went on about a year. I was setting up I set up my LLC. I got my logo, got my business plan. I got me a small office. It was about 700 square feet. And I'm doing all this while I'm still on the boat. But I was gonna give myself like 3 to 5 years before I came home, to save some money. But my personal situation worsened. And my advisor at the time told me, look, if you don't come home, what we working on getting, you won't be able to get it. So you'll have to quit your job. And I had to make a decision to quit my job within that hitch I was home. I had to quit while I was home because we had court. So once I quit my job, I went full force, right? Because of my lack of knowledge and lack of self-discipline, I didn't have the money I need in the bank. But I had like 3 years of 401k that was coming to me. So I made a decision to just go full force with my business and leave offshore. And to be honest, faith, is very important to me, because, it's easy to trust God when you got money in the bank. It's easy to say you trust God when you got the right connections. As for me, I don't have a college degree. I didn't have. I barely did graduate high school. I was kind of like the class clown.
Yeah.
So to come in the industry and being surrounded by people that what the world would consider highly educated, hearing me, I just got a certificate and a vision.
Yeah.
So that's what we went with, and after the first year, not the first year, but that first hitch being home, I was up by one of my auntie's house, and there was a lady there that was talking to my auntie, and she said, my nickname is Peter. She was like, Peter, did you ever start that business that you was talking about? I said, yeah, it started. She said, well, my supervisor is looking for somebody to do drug tests.
Look at that.
I said, really? Now, I'm up by my auntie house, I'm talking to one of my uncles, and, she asked me about, have I started a business? So that Monday, I had one of my cousins that's in the same industry call me and say, hey, my supervisor want to have a meeting with you about, drug testing. So I scheduled a meeting with the supervisor. Now, when I scheduled a meeting with the supervisor, I really didn't have, I had the basic. I didn't have a test. I didn't have a lab. I didn't have anything.
Wow.
But I had this woman I reached out to while I was on the boat. When I had the meeting with the supervisor, she was like, when can you start? So I just told her, we can start next Thursday. So I had to call the lady that I had been, talking with about drug testing. So I asked her, could she come up to, train me? So she came with, the kind of, because I haven't did any hair test. So she drove up from the coast, and she helped me do my first collection. Not only she helped me do my first collection, but she gave me some instant tests also to, kind of hold me off until I got started myself. And that was pretty much the beginning of how we got started, man. I'm talking about we didn't have no money. I was waiting on my 401k because I cashed out on my 401k. I was waiting on that to come in, and I thank God, man, for my mom. My mom gave me some money to hold me off until I got my 401k in. My girlfriend and my brother at the time. My brother, he's still a prison help to me. So, that's pretty much my story in it, man. Just straight faith, hard work, and dedication.
Man, hey, that's big time because man, let's go and get into it, man. The spiritual side of it and starting a business, man. I mean, with what you said, you are just a good example of I'm just gonna jump out there, kind of like Coach Bill. I'm just gonna jump out there. I don't have a lot of money. I don't have any experience really, I'm just gonna jump out there. So talk about how your faith in God and how your faith in yourself gave you the motivation and gave you the drive, man, and the desire to jump out there at all costs and don't worry about, you know, the reward that could come after or even the setbacks or the repercussion that probably could come. So talk about, man, your spiritual life, man. Talk a little bit about that. Cause that's a big word, man, faith in business, man. Talk about that.
Just like what Mr. Bill was saying a minute ago about the vision board, right? When I was on the boat, I was writing my plan. I was writing my visions and putting it on paper. So that's very important to me, you know, because if you see it in your mind and you put it on paper and you can start seeing it come to life, that's addictive, and that's powerful, man. Like to have something in your mind, you put it on paper and you start making the proper steps to see it come to life. And it don't all, like Mr. Bill was saying, it don't happen overnight.
That's right.
Know? So it takes time, it takes patience. It take a whole lot of patience, you know, right, to see it come to life, but it comes a little bit at a time. And the main thing too with us, failure is important. Failure is important, man. And when it comes to your spiritual life, it goes hand in hand. You know, with failing and you know, repenting. Failure is important in business because as you fail, you're gonna learn. When I first got home, I didn't even know how to send emails, right? Wow. So I would learn how to send emails by receiving emails from the different labs I was sending, you know, the different labs that were reaching out to me. I will go back into my personal emails, like when I get emails from like different companies in my personal email, I will kind of structure my email like that and then send it. You know, I would ask my girlfriend to do it for me, like send an email, and then I would go from what she would do. The young lady that I hired when I first started, I would go back on some of her emails that she sent out, you know, and kind of, you know, use that as an example. So when it comes to faith, man, the best thing I could say is when Peter stepped off the boat, right?
That's right. That's right.
When you step out, man, you coming from where we come from.
That's right.
You're not gonna have much financial support.
That's right.
You know, because the people that you're around is already struggling.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the truth of the matter. So you have to learn how to make every penny count.
That's right.
And from me coming from offshore, coming from a place of lack of self-discipline, because I was getting a check every 2 weeks. So I went from getting $25 to $300, $3,000 every 2 weeks, to waiting 45 days to 90 days to now I gotta wait on some money. You know, so you know, that faith, man, I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
Your faith, man. When I tell you faith and God, man, I don't have the big words to say. I just have the man, faith. It's gonna take more faith than money. And if you got the money while you building your business, hey, that's great. But if you don't have the proper working capital, it's gonna take a whole lot of faith. Lights might get turned off. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to run out of gas. Yeah. I know when it comes to the lack of money, this whole 5 years, I know what that's like. And there's nobody to blame but myself, you know, because I had all that time in the offshore, but I wasn't doing the right things with my money.
That's right.
So to get home and now I have to learn, okay, this 2,000, 2,500, it might be another 45 days before you see this kind of money. You know, so I'm just now I've had to learn how money work, how to stretch money, because I might not get another check in 2 weeks. You know,
Wow.
so that's important, man.
So it taught you discipline. You know, the faith taught you discipline,
Yes,
and
sir.
accepting failure as a part of the process. It made you stronger.
Yes,
It
sir.
helped you with your self-development, it sounds like. And
Yes, sir.
that's very similar, man, to our people. We got brought, before slavery, man, we was at the top of our game. We had our own kingdom, we had our own everything. We were prestigious, you guys like Mansa Musa, the richest man that ever lived, the ancient land of Kemet. Before we got shipped over here, which is our as a people representation of failure. You have just proved to us and motivated us on tonight that even though our ancestors and our grandmamas and our great grandmamas went through that, and we had to go through the civil rights movement, and we are still kind of looking like that we are failed because we don't have the economic advantages as everybody else. You just kind of just put a lid on that. It was just like, hey, we already done failed. What
This is
worse more could you do? Kind of talk about so if you got this dream, kind of just hit on that. Go on, shoot out there, go on out there and do it. You can't do no work.
you know, if I was telling someone this morning, if you believe that, you are a descendant of a slave, there's nothing society can throw at you that you can't endure.
That's right.
So I would not suggest someone to go by the way I did.
That's right.
But there's nothing that you can't go through, that you're going to go through, that you can't endure.
That's right.
That's a proven fact, right? So if you believe in the Bible, hey, you can do all things through Jesus Christ that strengthens you.
That's
You
right.
know that, and that's a fact. Like I say, with my lack of knowledge, I don't have a mentor, but I got God, and
That's right.
I go to God daily, and I go to Him often in any situation, and I have to constantly ask Him for help on how to do this and how to do that. And the way He'll give me help is by sometime a company or lab we're doing business with might make a decision for their company. So by me in that same situation, I have to make that decision towards a client, and that's the way I've been learning, man, just really through trial and error. If you fortunate enough to have a mentor, hey man, that's great. But if not, don't let not having one stop you. Don't If money can stop you, you don't want it, because you pay a phone bill every month. You can easily go on Google and Google, you can easily go on Facebook and advertise. You're already paying your phone bill. And another thing I would suggest, if you in business, I'm just suggesting this. I'm not telling you what to do. Get a LinkedIn page. Your LinkedIn page is where the business, that's where they conducting business at. You don't see the gossip. You don't see the people being exposed. What you see is people conducting business and businesses conducting business on LinkedIn. So I would suggest you, and that will teach you also on how to market, how to set your brand up. We talk about branding. Okay, how to properly market your business. You see companies, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Mississippi Power, Southern Pine, Sanderson Farm, all the major businesses you can think of, they on LinkedIn. Great ideas come from LinkedIn, So I would suggest that.
Man. You laying the game out there. You telling us how to establish these businesses. You talked about the LLC. You talked about the faith, man, that is needed to get this done. And you also giving us some
Nelson,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Sister Porter. You told me I'm messing up a little bit.
Your mic.
Am I back with you? Testing 1, 2.
not yet.
I can hear you. Y'all hear me?
I hear you.
All right, brother, give me your name. Somebody just asked about your name of your company in here real quick.
National Testing Services.
National Testing Services in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Hey, Mr.
Look,
Bill,
we're gonna exchange.
I want to talk with you, Mr. Bill. I
I
want
want
to
to
talk
talk with you too. I
Yes, sir.
want to talk with you too, because hey,
Yes, sir.
I mean, I want to jump into that.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's been a while since I had a cigar, man.
I got some good ones for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, so Mr. Thompson, man, you talked about even the strategies on how to market your business.
Your
So
mic up. Straighten your mic up. Brother Nelson, straighten your mic.
okay. So basically what you're saying is that if somebody, one of our black brothers and sisters want to start a business, it's really no excuse. It's really no excuse because failure is a part of the process. All right, faith is a part of the process, and whatever you need to know and whatever you want to learn how to do, it's already easily accessible out there. You can be able to do it, just like how you describe how to market. Now, my last 2 questions, because I know a bunch of people, some people want to call me, want to ask questions. I know you and Traci Bill want to chime in together. My last 2 questions. In your mind, why do you think our people are not quick enough or having enough desire to want to open up their own black-owned business? And how does it make you feel? How does it make you feel when you see black brothers and sisters opening up business?
Okay. I'm gonna answer the second part of that question first. When I see it, it is extra motivation. Just like with Mr. Bill there, to see there's a cigar shop lounge in Hattiesburg. But when you see somebody that look like you doing it, that's different. That's different, man. And that shows the creativity, you know. I want to say it right. When I see us not starting businesses, I understand why. I feel it. And I want to say this properly. I understand why, because we don't have a reference point. My cousin asked me one time, how do you become something that you can't see?
Wow.
You know, if you don't see an entrepreneur, you don't even believe that it's possible.
Wow.
If you see rappers, you're going to want to be a rapper.
That's right.
If you see football players, you're going to want to be a football player.
That's
if
right.
you see a gangster, you're going to want to be a gangster. So what we have to do as a community, this just me, this my answer.
Lay it on it. Lay it on it.
It's all about, as parents, what we glorify. Right? So when our kids see us glorifying something, they gonna follow suit. That's just like Mr. Bill said. Look who he was around when he was a kid.
That's right.
As when we come up, look who we was around when we came up.
That's right.
So what they see us glorifying, they gonna glorify too. You know, when a child get to a certain age, they gonna make their own decision. But it did say you raise a child, then eventually, when they get older, they won't forget.
That's right.
Right. So when it come to us, man, when I see it, when I came home, I didn't know that there were so many black educated people. I'm being honest, because I was in the maritime ministry. I was gone a whole lot. So to come home and see this, it was like a culture shock for me as a Black person.
Mm,
I'm just being honest.
mm,
So, man, if you see a doctor,
mm,
that's a hospital.
mm.
If you see a lawyer, that's a law firm. You right?
That's right.
That's how we got to see ourselves.
Hallelujah.
It's that simple. You went to college, you became a lawyer. That's a
Mm.
law firm. It's that simple, man.
Hallelujah.
According to what the world say, I am uneducated. According to what the world say,
Mm-hmm.
my faith is in God, not people. So if God would allow me to start the process of a clinic. So if
Wow.
you're a nurse practitioner, you can start. You already is a clinic.
Wow.
That's where I'm at.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
big, man. How you see yourself.
yeah,
How you see yourself. You see a lawyer, you see a law firm.
that's
So
right.
basically what you're saying to our people tonight, that whatever you is, you got to, it's the way that you got to look at yourself. And
Yes,
from
sir.
a business standpoint, whatever entrepreneur, whatever type of business industry you in, you got to see yourself as an empire. You got to
Already.
see yourself as a company,
Mm-hmm.
not just a business, an empire, a company. Hey, it's an enterprise.
And let me say this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
My mama, my brother, and my girlfriend, very important. Because on the days that I wanted to give up, they see more in me than I see in myself. Like
Wow.
Mr. Bill said, the people that you surround yourself with. I don't hang with a lot of people. I really don't have time to. You know, it's just like when you asked me about tonight. I was asking you, hey, could I do this on side of the road?
That's right.
Because, you know, but that's the main thing, man. And Mr. Bill, man, I'm telling you, man, with this whole situation you got going, Mr. Nelson, this is major, man. And there's a guy that's on Facebook. I think it would be great to reach out to him. Mr. Tony Romani.
Wow. Okay.
And man,
Okay.
if you can reach out to him, man, he's great.
Okay.
A
Look
guy
at that.
named Franz Bowens. He's a pharmacist.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
he's great.
Okay.
Man, I think this just my opinion.
Hmm.
They out here.
Yeah.
They out here, man. It's just
They out here. We just got to get our youth in front of them to see them. Because just to piggyback on something what you just said, the kid gonna be what he see, you know, and that's why I have no qualms about doing business right there at my desk in front of my students. Yeah, they're gonna get all the signs, they're gonna get all of that, but they gonna see Pastor Van SUV Runner, they're gonna see Cuban Link. They heard me in there in a hard negotiation about 2 weeks ago. I'm talking about we were firing some numbers off. And at the end, you know, one kid, you know, he asked me, well, why'd you say it like this? He's look, I said, I already had the number that I wanted going into the negotiation. Once we got close to that number, I'm good. You know, and the kid asked me, why'd you do it this way? Why'd you do it that way? Why didn't you just go with that from the start? I said, I had to see what all they was gonna offer. So again, you let the kids, somebody watching, and the kid gonna be what he gonna see. And it goes back to when my granddad had us out there more in the yard. Yeah, those boys run around with all kind of money in their pocket. Them Bill boys have some money in their pocket too, though.
Yeah.
You know.
Man, let me ask you this. Kenny Jr., can I ask Mr. Bill a question real quick?
Go ahead, man. It's open platform, man. Go ahead.
Man, the cigar lounge. Now, if you don't mind, now you said you were going 40 minutes one way, but what else inspired the vision of the cigar lounge, man?
Again, I come from a nightclub background. You know, I come from DJing. And that's you know, DJing, I did radio, did all kinds of stuff. But now I'm old, man. I'm sit down, chill. I sit down, relax. That's me. And my thing is, my whole mindset. If I spend a dime on it, I got to get that money back. I'll spend a lot of money on cigars during that pandemic, man. Them cigars and them other them cigars and them Jim and Jack bottles was lined up. Nelson, excuse me, you know, saying it in front of the thing. Like, man, I got to get some of this back. You know, so
you create too many liabilities, man. It was a liability. It was an asset.
I need an asset.
You spend it out too much money, yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to, and again, I'm getting ready to come out that classroom in a couple of days. So I can come sit down and chill and socialize. That's just my personality. This is my background. You know, might well make some money in passing. It is what it is. And you know, there's some weeks what Daisy and them make more money than me, and it just is what it is. But you know, see a young girl coming up. So yeah, I'm talking about one of our employees right there. She's sitting there looking at me. But I just gotta trust it as her as she coming up, the little money she make right here, don't put her on the next level. And hopefully I inspire her to do her own thing. She's getting ready to finish school in a minute. Yeah, and it is what it is, man. But just enjoying the stillness of a cigar. Then I had an uncle that actually got me into it. My Uncle Crow, you know, he used to smoke the cigars. So when I first got into cigars, I was in Atlanta, and the guy walked by me with that smell on him that my uncle used to have from that cigar that he used to smoke, and it brought back that little nostalgia, you know. So me and the guy sitting, we had a conversation. He showed me how to smoke the cigar. He showed me, you know, so forth, so on. And from then on, I was hooked, man. I got in it. I'm not that guy. If I'm in it, I got to own it.
So you've been you've been in that business since the pandemic?
Coming up the second week of March will make 1 year.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing.
1 year, and you know, blessed to say that I have not had 1 week in the red.
Wow.
It just is what it is.
That's all right, man. And where you located at?
Gluckstadt, Mississippi. I'm right across from I'm north of Madison, right before you get to Canton.
Okay.
Yeah, north of Madison. And I want to see. I need to see you still up in here with us one Thursday night, man. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Come on. If you ever pass through this stuff, come.
I'll make provisions. I will make provision for it. Yes, sir.
That's right. That's right. Man, hey, that's big. Hey, Mr. Tom, I forgot to ask you one thing. Talk about the Better Business Bureau and talk about how important it is to business owners, because I know you're on the board. Just kind of chime in about the Better Business Bureau.
Okay. Really, the Better Business Bureau is just really to prove your legitimacy. You know, it's a place where if somebody want to give you an A+, they can give you an A. They want to give you, you know, just really another way to, you know, grade your business, just like on Google. You know, that's pretty much basic. You know, in layman's term, it's just another version of what Google is, but you got all your main businesses. You know, all the big businesses is a part of Google, and before a big business do business with you, they're going to go to Better Business Bureau.
Wow.
They're going to go to Better Business Bureau to view you. They want to see your grade. Yeah. So I would suggest it. I spend I think $33 a month for the membership. You know, and companies is going to come look you up. And just to be on there is a good look for your business. The way that came about was my account on LinkedIn. You know, having an account on LinkedIn. If I'm not mistaken, I think I reached out to the president. Something happened, a DM happened, whether it was between him or not. But I reached out to him, if I can remember. He reached out to me. We started talking back and forth. And man, he came when he was coming to Hattiesburg to do his rounds. And he stopped out of business, and we had lunch together, man. And he proposed it to me, and I I took it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Man, that's amazing, man. Hey man, y'all really done hey, y'all really just, hey man, y'all made this a transformational night. You and Coach Beales, man, y'all just made this a special night, man, for us, man, for here at our church, man, and just the information, man, that y'all done shared today. I really want to say, man, I appreciate y'all two brothers, man, for coming on and just sharing y'all life, sharing y'all experience, and just being straight down to earth, being honest, just being straight shooters on tonight. Because I know Coach Beals, said apologize for this a couple of times, apologize for this. Man, you doing something big. No matter what type of business you start for your people and your community, it's still all about relationship. All right. Jesus Christ, he walked down the streets of Galilee. He walked with the sinner. He talked with the saints as well. He sat down with the sinner. Hey, he met with the tax collector. Hey, all areas of business, Jesus was a part of it, man. He was a part of it because that's souls, man. Souls is everywhere. So, man, I appreciate y'all, man, just being honest and having enough love for me and y'all heart to come on and just talk to our church and talk to my people. And man, we love our people a lot, man. And man, we hope somebody was inspired on tonight. So, any closing comments from either you or Coach Bill? Any takeaway nuggets, last seeds of motivation y'all want to leave on the people tonight? Because I know this ain't gonna be the last time. With y'all, being in this type of platform and being able to talk your truth and what you've been
Look,
through.
I'm gonna say it like this, man. Just like you guys just said, God gonna put you in a situation where you're gonna have to move. First, he's gonna whisper it, then he gonna nudge, then he gonna push it. If you don't respond to those, that next one gonna be, all right, now you got to.
You got
Now
to
you
do
got to.
it. Yeah.
And I was in that situation once before. Of course, I was blessed with the DJing. I mean, I could do that in my sleep or whatever. So I was at Dead Shoe and the radio station down in Hattiesburg kept calling, and I was turning it down. I looked up one day, man, my grades had bottomed out. I was like, dang, So radio station called me down there, and what it was, I was burnt out with school. I'm straight A kid. I'm looking like grades, looking like this. So I took a break from school, went down to Hattiesburg, jumped on the radio, man. Next thing I know, I got the #1 rated mix show in the region. I'm doing it. Clubs jumped off, everything jumped off. It was what it was. Okay, that ran its course. I come back to Jackson, everything ran its full course again. It was a situation where I had to move. I had to go use them counts that he gave me. All right. Fast forward later, I'm in another situation. All right, you got to do something. I had to move. I had to move on business. At the end of the day, the only person I could trust is me, because ain't nobody gonna pay you like you. It was what it was. So you just now, I thank God I got the wisdom to foresee all that before you can get to that point. Again, like he just said, I was in a situation where I had a good job, had good money, had all that. But now I got to make a decision. God lined everything up for him. Now I got to act on it, and he acted on it with nothing. And he look at it now. It is what it is. So
That's right.
you just got to move.
Just gotta move. Just gotta move. Bill, man, we appreciate you, man. You always have a special place, man, in my heart, man. I appreciate that, man. And thank you for chiming in on our people and with our people on tonight, man. Appreciate that. All right. All right. All right, Mr. Thompson. If there's not anything else, man, that was a spectacular night.
Hey, send me Mr. Bill information, man. I got to get Mr. Bill information.
Oh yeah, you already know. You already know I'm gonna link both of y'all up, man. You already know we're gonna switch those numbers up, man. We're gonna make it happen. As soon as I get off the phone, I'm texting it in the thread. You already know.
Okay then.
Oh yes, sir. Anytime. Appreciate you, my brother, man. I appreciate you, man, coming on and talking to our people, talking to our church, man. That means a lot to me, man. God bless you, man. That means a lot to me.
A lot to me, man.
Oh yeah. Anybody got anything on tonight? Any comments, questions, remarks? We know we got one more Monday on next week, and next Monday is just gonna be open mic night. We do want to talk about politics a little bit on next Monday, but hey, get as many people as you can on the Zoom on tomorrow night. We still want to end off of this Black History Month, Black Empowerment and Awareness Month on a high note. Hey, bring your questions, bring your comments. Hey, any subject y'all want to talk about on next week, we're going to be able to talk about it. We're going to shine light. It's going to be an open mic on next week. So anything, bring questions, comments, ideas, desires. Hey, also want to think about what can we do moving this type of platform forward. I know we pretty much, with our church, we do this every month in February. I mean, every February on Monday. But start thinking about what do we need to do to keep this going, keep the communication going, maybe once a month or once a quarter going forward. This is big time. This is spectacular. And I'm
So
enjoying what God is doing in the midst right here. So let's bring those type of ideas. Sister Paul, I know you're going to have a bunch of them. That's our historian right there, the church historian right there, Brother Thompson. She spoke a little bit earlier. And man, when I'm kind of short on my history, I kind of go to her to kind of fill in the pieces a little bit. So, man, we thank God for her. And, man, we can't wait to see y'all next week. If there's not anything else, y'all enjoy y'all night. And remember, hey, Black people, hey, we're number one. Black Empowerment and Awareness 2023. Hey, we headed to the top. We already at the top because we number one in God's eye. There's not anything else. Hey, we're gonna say a quick prayer, and it's gonna be good night until next Monday. Let's bow our heads. Oh, gracious God, Lord, we thank you, Lord, for another opportunity, Lord, to talk about our people, Lord, to talk about your people, Lord, to inspire, to encourage, to enlighten, Lord, to empower, Lord, to just, Lord, just to bring wealth of knowledge, Lord, to our people. We just ask, Lord, that what we learned on today, Lord, from the two young men, Coach Beales and Mr. Thompson, Lord, that we just take all those nuggets, Lord, take all those insights, Lord, and just apply them to our life and get out and go do something, Lord, to help our community and to take part in $300 billion of disposable income. Lord, you bless that type of wealth to be in our community, not to go into the other communities, but to stay in our Black community. Give us the ideas, Lord, and the ways and the businesses, Lord, that we can do, Lord, to be able to share in that wealth economy as far as building Black business. Bless us, Lord, as we sleep on tonight, and give us, Lord, traveling grace of all of us that got to go home. We thank you, Lord, and we love you. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen, amen, amen. Amen. Good night, everybody. Enjoy, y'all.
Good night.